What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This video you're seeing was done on Monday of this week, which had me exactly 5.5 weeks out from Worlds, which is making things both get very, very exciting and also very, very real. So yeah, 5.5 weeks from IPF World Championships in Killeen, Texas, which I'm very, very excited about. Now, I had 6 triples at 270 kilos, which is 595 pounds in squats, and then I had 7 sets of 3 on touch and go bench with 155 kilograms, which I'm not sure what the pound conversion is, but it will be on the screen for you. I only filmed 6 of the 7 sets as my memory became full in my camera. So yeah, that's the workout, and then I had some pull-ups, and then I had some core work to do. So that's the workout. But what I want to talk about today is something that I have, it's kind of been on my mind a little bit recently, and kind of what I've been seeing people kind of talking about, and it's with regards to fitness as a whole. And we will talk about powerlifting because obviously that's what I do, and what probably the majority of people that watch this either do or have an interest in. Now, it's with regards to how you see powerlifting. So some people see it as a hobby, just as a hobby and an enjoyment. Some people see it slightly more than that, and some people let it completely and utterly consume their life. Now, wherever you kind of tend to fall on that spectrum, people tend to bash the other. So you get a lot of people kind of say, look, fitness as a hobby, it's an enjoyable thing to do. Powerlifting won't get you anywhere in the real world. It's not going to, it doesn't mean anything to the real world, blah 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 blah. There's no need to let it consume your life. You should focus on enjoying your life a little bit more. And then you get people that are consumed by it. They say, what's the point in only dabbling in something? You should either be all in or all out, 100% in, 100% out, that kind of thing, you know. And I find it very interesting, and I think that both sides, to try and argue what's right or wrong is pretty ludicrous. I feel that you've got to value what you want to do with your own life. And again, this is coming from a 21-year-old male, so not exactly someone who has as much life experience as a 30-year-old, you know. But in the 21 years I've been alive, you know, I feel I've been through quite a substantial amount. You know, I've been self-employed since I was just before I was 17, and so I've been self-employed since I was 17, you know, and currently I'm doing pretty well in the aspects that I value in life. I feel anyway, you know, and I feel that you've got to value what you want to do with your life right now. I feel we can have an idea of what we want to do in 2 years, 4 years, 10 years down the line, but you know, I've found that life tends to throw some big curveballs, and things happen that you don't maybe foresee to happen. I mean, if you told me at 15 I'd be self-employed at 17 and be working as a full-time PT with 25 to 30 sessions a week, I would say shut up. If you then say when I was kind of 18 in a year, I would be no longer working with the person I was working with, and I'd be kind of coaching athletes online, I'd say no way. If you said at 19 I'd be going to the IPF Worlds, I would at 21 with an 800 plus kilo, well, a kind of low to mid 800 kilo total potential, I would say no way, you know. So I think you have to value what you want to do with your life right now. And what we need to understand is that what powerlifting means to you, the only validation you need is what it means to you. So if you just simply see it as a hobby and you want to really enjoy your life, and this is just a way because you enjoy doing it, you want to be healthier, you want to be stronger, and it is a hobby, then it would be stupid to let that consume your life. You should just treat it as a hobby because you might have other things, you know, you might have a wife and kids, and maybe your job's much busier or whatever, and it should be a hobby. But I feel that to then slag other people for letting it consume them isn't necessarily the smartest of ideas. And same with someone that lets it consume them. I mean, I understand that you're in an extreme mindset, but at the end of the day, not everyone values powerlifting as much as you do. So I feel that to slag other people isn't something that necessarily you should really do. I don't see the point in it. I don't understand it. But what I do think is that we should value what we want to do. Now, coming from someone like me, powerlifting absolutely consumes me. It does. It is an obsession, and it completely and utterly consumes me. Now, I feel my goals are probably very, very different to someone who's it as a hobby. I could not get to where I want to go if I just treat it like a hobby. You know, it's not going to happen. I think when you decide that it wants to be a hobby, you have to take the understanding that you're probably never going to be the absolute best of the best, or up there with the best of the best if it's a hobby. But then also I think you need to understand that if it's an obsession and it consumes you, you're probably not going to have very much else going on in your life with regards to outside of that and work, because obviously you're going to need to work to fund your lifestyle to be able to do this. And I feel that you need to understand that just because you value it as something a certain way doesn't mean everyone else should. And to put down other people for doing that is I don't really understand it. I think that, quite frankly, powerlifting probably ideally should just be a hobby for people, you know. It's not going to be something that will have you remembered by every single person on the planet forever. It's not going to be something that brings you $1 million contracts per year, you know. But at the end of the day, sometimes we value things just because we value certain things, you know, and you can't really necessarily explain it. But you need to understand that if you want to maybe be the best, you're going to have to let it consume you, and you're probably going to have to accept that you're going to have to give up a lot else elsewhere in your life to do so. And putting others down for wanting to have a life and whatnot is pretty stupid, and vice versa. If someone just sees a hobby, if you've got a lot else going on in your life, that's awesome, and I think that's amazing, and I think it's probably the best way to be, even though it's not the way I am, because this does consume me and is an obsession. Then great, but to put someone else down for valuing powerlifting a little bit more than you and letting it consume them is not something that really makes very much sense either way, and I don't feel either are right or wrong. I feel you just need to understand that what you value is what you value, and that's all that truly matters. So I've definitely rambled on a little bit, guys. So if you've made it to this point, thanks for watching. There'll be a Q&A going up tomorrow. Again, it'll be a little bit longer. It's probably going to be about 12 to 20 minutes. I'm going to film that today. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll speak to you all next time.